Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Sandra Sinamafen, and I'm here for business. Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Emmanuel Kofi, has described the recent reduction at the country's ports as a blessing to the economy. The authority has begun implementing a new directive by the Vice President last week, which is expected to see some reduction in goods and services at the ports. There's more in the following report.
Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia announced the new port directives as a measure to curb smuggling of goods and also to improve the cost of doing business at the ports. The Commissioner General, after admitting that the country will lose some revenue as a result of the reduction in benchmark value and a further 30% reduction in vehicle import duties, among others, also hinted that the situation will help to improve business flow at the ports. This, he noted, will be an additional source of revenue for the state.
What we are saying is that there will be a revenue loss, but the quantum may be expressible by the level of the growth in the goods that come through the system. So that to the extent that the goods are increasing in volume, and it may minimize the loss that may be the giveaway. And to some extent, if it comes hugely, it may even be a blessing for revenue.
He spoke to journalists at the Abosokai market after a visit to the spare part hub. Meanwhile, the Customs Division of the GRA is urging the general public to take advantage of the 30% reduction on vehicle imports to check and pay the right amount of duties on their vehicles before April 30 to avoid prosecution. The Commissioner has also been urging dealers to ensure that the reduction reflects in pricing of their products.
Through the markets like we are doing, at that level, it's a lot of moral switching, and at the level that we are seeing the competition in the system. If all the people who are seeing reduction are reducing the prices of their goods, there wouldn't be any basis for somebody to maintain the high prices and become the only beneficiary. The competition should force the prices down.
Some dealers confirmed that the new directives have taken effect at the various ports.
Chief of Staff Parity has called on businesses and civil society organizations to push for gender parity within the working environment. She was speaking at the GLIT Africa Female CEOs and Business Executive Breakfast Meeting in Accra.
Breakfast meeting forms part of the three-day event to mark the GLIT Ghana Women of the Year honors. Day one brought together influential women from various spheres of career disciplines, including politics, finance, and media. This created an opportunity for peer-to-peer networking and discussions on women's development and the ability to take strong leadership roles in the broader global economy and society. Among some key issues raised was the need to improve gender parity in the working environment, following recent research findings that show that women in the formal sector earn a daily average of 60 to 28 pesos, which is way lower than what their male counterparts earn. Chief of Staff Parity explained that providing enabling environments for the growth of women will eventually translate to development.
So these are practical day-to-day issues that affect the life of people and also impact positively or negatively on the development of the country. So these are issues that they can also contribute to. Civil society, there are many challenges that they bring out all the time about the economy, about sanitation and so on. But these are soft issues that sometimes we gloss over. But I think it's the core. The core is making use of the human capital that you have in the country. A country where 52% are women. Suppressing them meaning you are suppressing your wealth.
Chief Executive of the BNFT News Network, Ida Dankwa, also called on government to incentivize businesses that create the enabling environment for women in business.
We should also be able to create some kind of incentives on a larger scale. So if I know that if I have a balanced, gender parity at a particular level, and I'll have even 1% tax cut, I will do it. Which means that there's an effort to get me to motivate an employer or an employer to get their female counterparts or female staff or managers to get up there, to get to a particular level. But it helps. Diversity helps.
The 3-day event will continue with a She Mentorship Summit on Friday and climax with an awards night on Saturday, which will be held at the Labadi Beach Hotel. For Joy Business, Karen Dodu.
Let's do other stories now. Snappy Abba Savings and Loans Company says it is considering an extension of its Youth in Entrepreneurship program to the northern parts of the country. It follows the successful implementation of the program in other parts of the country. Officials say agriculture will be the focus in northern Ghana. Nana Yaojima has been speaking to some graduates apprentices at BBNE in the Western North region.
Today, Agnes Arthur's face beams with smiles as she stands in for her colleagues to thank Snappy Abba Savings and Loans for its gesture to give them training. Until 2016, the senior high school graduate depended on her widowed mother for survival. Her SHS certificate couldn't find her a job at BBNE where she lived. Agnes shares her frustration.
Even I used to cry in some days, because sometimes I don't get food to eat. The parents couldn't even give me some money. What they will give you is only food. After they go to farm, they give you some food to eat. So I couldn't survive. I try. Even to get money to buy something, I can't.
To find a sustainable means of livelihood, she enrolled in the Youth in Apprenticeship program to learn a trade in dressmaking. Today, she owns a sewing machine, having completed training at no cost to her. She dreams to open her own shop and, most importantly, train other people.
Those who doesn't have anything or have parents, I want to help the poor, for them to get something to eat. If you are at home and you have completed school, even JHS or university, and you are there, don't ever think you are waiting for a government to give you some job. No. Tailor is there, hairdresser is there, seamstress is there. Come and join us so that you can get something in future. For me per se, I want my children to be happy every day. I don't want them to suffer like how I was.
Her colleague graduates have similar aspirations. Over 100 youth in BBNE alone had the privilege to join the program, which helps youth acquire skills in different vocations for free. Already, over 4,000 individuals across regions have benefited from the program with startup support. Board member for Snappy Abba Savings and Loans, Mrs. Theodosia Jackson, shares some advice with the graduates. She says, now that you are professionals, you should be truthful to your clients. That is very important to being successful in your field. Never steal from a client. You must see this as a starting point. Go and show the world your worth. Surely, Snappy Abba will do more for others. Nana Yaojima reporting.
The country is said to have made some 21.3 million cedis since the introduction of the luxury vehicle tax 5 months ago. We have details plus other local headline stories next in our summaries.
The Social Security and National Insurance Trust (NIT) has indicated that it exceeded its revenue target for the year 2018. According to the trust, it collected 1.82 billion Ghana cedis in 2018 compared to a target of 1.81 billion. The graphic reports that government collected some 21.3 million Ghana cedis in taxes from the use of vehicles with engine capacities of 2.9 litres and above between August and December last year. The amount is 82.7 million Ghana cedis, or 79.52% below the 104 million Ghana cedi that was projected to be collected within the period. The projections were contained in the 2018 mid-year budget review. The Ghana Revenue Authority has declared zero tolerance on people who engage in smuggling of goods through the neighboring countries into Ghana. The authorities have vowed to deal vehemently with persons who smuggle goods into the country and deprive the state of needed revenue.